Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson is in a serious confrontation moment with Richie Sunak and is getting very interested. Well, we're here to tell you about it. This is the Like MP News. This is to have for quality entertainment. Kindly go onto YouTube. As I always say, go subscribe to our page because we've got great content for you. Join us on today's episode. Let's get started. So the conversation going on social media and various tabloids actually is getting very heated as Richie Sunak and former Prime Minister Boris Johnson have engaged in some kind of serious, drama that's also leading to so many sensationalism on the, trends. Now, Boris Johnson has officially also quit the Common tonight ahead of the controversial PartyGate report set to find, he did mislead some MPs. Now, the former Prime Minister has also written to the Treasury, formally resigning, which under, arcing parliamentary process entails taking an obscure job. Now, he was also appointed steward of the Chiltern Hundreds, bringing his time as an MP to an end. Now, Mr. Johnson has also removed the MP tag or, the title from his Twitter bio as well. Now, the move also comes with the Privileges Committee poised to also publish the findings of its probe into, some claims he recklessly, misled some parliament over COVID rules breaches in Downing Street. But Mr. Johnson is also engaged in an extraordinary public war of words with Richard Sunak over his resignation on his list. Now, Richie Sunak, stoked tension this Monday by launching an open attack on his predecessor, saying that he had damaged, the act in a way that wasn't right. And Richie Sunak has actually been speaking about how Boris Johnson has unrulingly been acting, and he says he opted out because he didn't want to toe the line Boris Johnson was actually talking. Maybe you can actually take a listen at Richie Sunak, who was actually exposing the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Take a listen.
To honours and Boris Johnson, Boris Johnson asked me to do something that I wasn't prepared to do because I didn't think it was right. That was to either overrule the HOLAC committee or to make promises to people. Now, I wasn't prepared to do that. As I said, I didn't think it was right. And if people don't like that, then tough. When I got this job, when I got this job, I said I was going to do things differently because I wanted to change politics. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm also keen to make sure that we change how our country works. And that's what I'm here talking about today, making sure that we can grow our economy, that we can maintain our leadership in the innovative industries of the future. Why? Because it's going to create jobs for people, it's going to spread opportunity around, and it has the potential, as we've been discussing, to transform people's lives. And as Prime Minister, I want to make sure that that happens.
Exactly, Bridges, you naturally see on your screens over there, throwing some hard punches at, Boris Johnson. Now, Boris has also spoken and has, responded to all these statements by Richie Sunak. Now, he has actually described Richie Sunak's talk as rubbish. Now, he says this is rubbish. So he tweeted this not long ago, and he says to all of these peerage, it was not necessary to overrule, HOLAC. Now, but simply to ask them to renew their vetting, which was a merely formality. Now, not just that, Ms. Doris and Mr. Adams have also announced that they are also, standing down as MP, immediately. The Privileges Committee is also expected to make clear that they would have recommended a 20-day suspension, seeing a draft version of the report that was, triggered, for Mr. Johnson to declare on Friday that he will stand down for Parliament. Now, the group of MPs with a Labour chair, that a majority of Tory members could also call Mr. Johnson to the bar from the parliamentary estate for questioning its integrity. Mr. Sunak is also struggling to quell a Tory civil war with the prospect of 3 by-elections looming. Along Mr. Johnson's resignation, his allies, that's Ms. Doris and Mr. Adams, have also announced that they are standing down with immediate effect. So it's getting interesting in the political arena as we speak now. Mr. Johnson exposing the former Prime Minister, that is Boris Johnson, and he also throwing tantrums at Richie Sunak. Now it's getting interesting over here, like we rightly played a video for you to watch. Richie Sunak over there saying that there were things that Boriss actually asked him to do, and of course he says he wants to change the game of politics and not do dirty politics like Boriss has been doing. Well, let's go onto social media and see what most of you have been talking about. Please kindly go onto our YouTube page. Let's get interactive because we're here for your comments. Now this one is coming from Navita. Navita comes to say, yet when he was chancellor, he agreed and did what BJ wanted, his as bad as the rest, of them. The sooner they are out, the better for the UK. They have done nothing for the people, only themselves and their mates, okay? This one comes from Eric. Eric says that trust him, never. He is just like the rest of the crafty cronies. Abdullah comes to say, can we have some of these innovative industries, for the future now in the Northeast? Okay. Thatcher took our major industries with no leveling up ever since. You say you want to do things differently, get it done. Well, we hope he changed the game of politics like he claims anyways. Now, Harry Skies come to say that AI would tell the Prime Minister to stop giving arms to Ukraine, especially shells tipped, with Ranmont, I hope I get the name right. It would also tell him to make peace with Russia and join the BRICS nation to improve our economy. This one says, whatever you do, you try to make it better than it was. Not risky, and the last 12 years, the pinnacle of failure. These self-absorbed charlatans are what need to be changed. Power and responsibility and consequences need, to be reintroduced to each other. Well, thanks for your comments. Well, these are some few comments that I can share with you. Kindly go onto our YouTube page. This particular episode, let's know what you think about Richie Sunak responding to Boris Johnson's, who threatened in the politics arena. Well, maybe we can once again play Richie's video for you to see, so you understand where this whole genesis of the wrangle has started and is headed. Let's take once again a listen to Richie Sunak.
To honours and Boris Johnson, Boris Johnson asked me to do something that I wasn't prepared to do because I didn't think it was right. That was to either overrule the HOLAC committee or to make promises with people. Now, I wasn't prepared to do that. As I said, I didn't think it was right. And if people don't like that, then tough. When I got this job, when I got this job, I said I was going to do things differently because I wanted to change politics, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm also keen to make sure that we change how our country works, and that's what I'm here talking about today, making sure that we can grow our economy, that we can maintain our leadership in the innovative industries of the future. Why? Because it's going to create jobs for people, it's going to spread opportunity around, and it has the potential, as we've been discussing, to transform people's lives. And as Prime Minister, I want to make sure that that happens.